This is like a real passion project for you, isn't it?
It's a dream come true, isn't it, really? It's amazing. And to get the opportunity to buy that in the first place, that it all came about back in 2015. I got a phone call from his daughter, Poppy. And his daughter phoned me up and said, you were a great fan of his, he was a great fan of you, he used to call each other a lot, and I can't think of any better person who, you know, I'm selling his car, would you like it? And I said, well, if it is, if it is the 2CV that you're on about, then without a shadow of a doubt.
In France, it was considered roadworthy. Here, it went.
It was quite interesting. Yeah, she said it was mint. First of all, it's not mint, far from mint. Yeah, it's fully MOT'd in France. It was fully roadworthy. I brought it back over here, and I said, well, just see if it's okay. And it failed on 32 points, its MOT. so we stripped it out, did all the electrics, the brakes, but made the exterior look exactly as it was when he drove it. So interior and interior is exactly the same.
Why him? What's the fascination?
Because he was the... I think we owe him so much, I think, for what he did in terms of TV cookery. He was the first person. Before that, he was just a bench. And now I'm going to show you exactly what to do and listen to me, and this is how it's going to be. Always husband, always that. He was the one that got rid of that, and he said, right, no. And that was the magic of it. And the ability to do everything in one take. As you know, TV cookery is not the easiest thing.
Yeah.
But when you do it in the way that he did it, it was just magical. I mean, if things went wrong, he just down tools and walked off.
And it's not just the cookery, because also the locations that you went to.
Yeah, well, we only picked one, probably two locations that Floyd actually cooked at.
Yeah.
So it's rather than a homage, which is... There's only Floyd that can do that kind of thing.
Your father was involved in the wine business.
Yeah, he was a member of the Jurade de Saint-Emilion. They basically get dressed up like Father Christmas every September. Yeah. It's a great excuse to go down and taste all the wines in Saint-Emilion. Over 1,500 in
And he
3
first
weeks.
took you over there when you were 7?
When I was about 7 or 8 years old. We used to stay in a little... didn't have a house there or anything like that. We just stayed in a little flat, and it overlooked this Hostillerie de Plaisance, which is this 2-star Michelin restaurant.
Oh,
and he said, well, go in there while I'm working. And that was it. I was in there as a young kid.
How was that at 12 to go into that sort of...
Same as what it is now. They've still got the R8 chef there. He's left, and there's another one in his place. But
Really?
it was quite fascinating how there's a young kid in there who was from Australia. He was training. He's only about 17, 18 years old. So while we're in there filming, we just suddenly came across him and the stories that he had and how he wants to inspire him as well, really.
Yeah.
So it was that kind of stuff. We started in the south and worked all the way up to the north. I mean, we visited some of the greatest chefs in the world. I mean, Georges Blanc. Anybody that knows the history of Georges Blanc and his family, his great-grandmother won the Michelin star in 1929.
Oh, my God.
Had 2 in 1931. He took it over. He's had 3 Michelin stars ever since he took it over. But he owns a town, not just a restaurant. A town, the town of Van Ass. You go through this town, the sign called Van Ass, and then you go into it. About 100 yards later, there's another sign saying this is the culinary town of the Blanc family.
So he's got the whole thing?
The whole town.
And whereabouts is the Fort of Cheese? The
Fort of Cheese came about where we met a professor of cheese, a guy called Pierre Gay, who owns this amazing cheesemongers, and he said, you need to go to this place. Nobody's ever filmed there. It's incredible.
So is it... I mean, this is this series, but surely there are more places to explore.
Well, I don't know. I just thought, well, all the places around the world, there's some amazing places, but you know, this place is right on your doorstep.
Yeah.
And it holds such a dear place in my heart.
Yeah.
But also, it's where a lot of chefs train to cook, and it's not very far away, you know. And there's some of the most beautiful places. If you want to go on holiday, I'll take you on a tour of some of the most incredible locations I've never seen before. From the bull running in the Camargue to the rice paddy fields to you know, Annecy, Lake Annecy. It's like Lake Como, but just beautiful. The water's so see-through, and you're not very far away from Switzerland and the Alps. It's incredible.
Well,
it sort of ticks all of the boxes because Keith Floyd, who obviously you are a great fan of, love of cooking, love of travel, a beautiful country,
and likes his
love
wine,
of cars, and you've actually got your own collection of cars yourself.
Yeah. It was just it's pride of place in the collection now. It doesn't to anybody else. It just looks like a normal 2CV.
Have you got 3 F1 cars?
Yeah.
Have you?
Have you?
Yeah.
Do you take them out to... I mean, where do you drive that? Do you take them to the track?
You take them to the track, and you take other... Yeah.
It's amazing. But you've got to play with their toys. You
play with them, but I can't, you know... back then, the racing driver that had it and raced it was very small, so I can't fit in the seat. So I sit on a bit of foam. I generally fit on a bit of sponge, and you strap yourself in.